In the humid nights of Malaysia, whispers tell of a spirit whose cry chills the soul. They call her the Pontianak, a woman reborn in fury, haunting the living with her scream. Her origins spoke of betrayal, pain, and death, women who died in childbirth or violence. It is said she lingers near banana trees, her scent of frangipani, both sweet and deadly. Her cry, sometimes soft as a lullaby, sometimes piercing as death, warned of her presence. Men walking alone at night were her favorite prey, their hearts quickening under unseen gaze. If you smell frangipani strong in the dark, locals say she is near. Dogs howled before her arrival, sensing death long before human ears could hear her. Villagers warned never to answer when she calls your name from the dark. For once you respond, they said, her nails long and sharp as daggers will tear into you. Some said her beauty was so radiant that men could not resist until it was too late. Her laughter, soft at first, would twist into a shriek that shattered the silence of the night. Legends say her eyes glow red when anger consumes her, piercing the hearts of men. She is often described wearing a long white dress, stained with the blood of her victims. The Pontianak's nails were as sharp as blades, tools of vengeance against those she hunted. Children were told never to wander after dark, for her wail could claim even the innocent. In some villages, people believed that Pontianak could be warded off with sharp objects like nails or needles. But others whispered that nothing could truly stop her once she marked her prey. Banana groves became places of dread, avoided after sundown, as if cursed by her shadow. Her voice could mimic loved ones, calling softly, luring victims into the night. Travelers told tales of hearing her cry shift from distant and faint to suddenly near. They said the softer her voice, the nearer she was, hiding just behind the trees. Some claimed they saw her appear as a beautiful maiden, luring men with false kindness. But once she revealed her true mouth, wide and bloody, all beauty melted into horror. Her wail could shatter courage, leaving even the bravest men paralyzed in terror. Villagers described her hair as long as the night itself, moving like black smoke. When she passed, the air grew heavy, and the jungle fell silent as if mourning. Stories warned that if you met her gaze, your soul would be trapped in her scream. Some hunters vanished in the night, their bodies found drained of blood, marked by her claws. For the Pontianak was not merely a ghost, but hunger itself given form. Elders spoke of her curse, born from women wronged in life and abandoned in death. Some said she was once a bride, left behind by a cruel husband who betrayed her. Others whispered she was a mother, dying in childbirth, her spirit restless and vengeful. Her scream carried the pain of countless women silenced by death and injustice. In her, villagers saw not just terror, but a reflection of grief untold. Her haunting was both a curse and a reminder of lives cut short by cruelty. She was not merely feared, but pitied. An endless cry of sorrow turned to rage. Legends said her scream could shatter mirrors, for no reflection could contain her pain. Sometimes, her cry echoed like a lullaby, luring men into a false sense of safety. But once close enough, she would bare her fangs, leaving nothing but silence and blood. Villagers believed her presence could be sensed in the sudden scent of frangipani flowers. Her laughter, shrill and broken, would echo through banana groves when the moon was high. Some claimed she perched atop rooftops, her nails scratching wood as warning of her arrival. Others swore she glided across rivers, her reflection moving opposite to her body. Hunters left offerings of food and incense by banana trees, hoping to appease her spirit. But the offerings were never enough, for her hunger was deeper than the grave. A tale spoke of a man who tried to capture her with nails and charms. When he drove the nail into the tree she hid in, her scream shook the earth. For a moment, she transformed into a sorrowful woman, her rage quieted by pain. But the illusion soon shattered, and her hunger returned more furious than before. The villagers whispered that nails could bind her, but only if struck through her neck. Yet few were brave enough to face her scream long enough to attempt it. One tale told of a healer who confronted her with sacred chants instead of nails. The Pontianak wavered, torn between her fury and the voice of compassion. But compassion could not erase hunger, and she lunged with a scream that split the night. The healer's staff shattered, his body left cold beneath the glow of the moon. For her hunger was eternal. Not even sacred words could chain her spirit. Some whispered that even the moon avoided her, dimming when she wandered the earth. Animals too fell silent, for even beasts sensed the shadow of her approach. The villagers prayed each night, but their chants were drowned out by her endless cry. At times, travelers claimed to hear a baby crying, drawing them deeper into the jungle. When they approached, the bundle would vanish, leaving only her laughter behind. Her tricks were many, for she thrived on fear as much as blood. Some men spoke of her visiting them in dreams, her beauty masking her hunger. When they awoke, their bodies bore scratches, proof that the dream was no dream at all. The Pontianak crossed the veil between dream and waking, between sorrow and wrath. Even rivers seemed to carry her wails, as if the land itself mourned with her. Fishermen swore they saw her reflection instead of their own in the water's surface. No matter where she wandered, sorrow followed, as if bound to her footsteps. The villagers learned to live with her presence, fear etched into their nightly prayers. Children were warned never to wander near banana groves after dusk. Parents told stories of a boy who followed a sweet voice and was never seen again. The boy's cries were heard for nights, blending with her own wailing. To this day, villagers claim to hear both voices when the moon is bright. The Pontianak was not alone. She gathered lost souls in her endless mourning. Her scream was a chorus, layered with the grief of those she had claimed. Priests and shamans tried to banish her, but their prayers dissolved in her sorrow. For her sorrow was older than their words, older than the village itself. Some believed she was bound to the first betrayal, cursed to repeat it forever. Others whispered she was eternal hunger itself, never meant to be free. On stormy nights, her scream rose above the thunder, shaking the villagers' hearts. They barred their windows, clutching charms and prayers as the wind carried her voice. Yet even walls could not block the chill her presence brought. Those who dared peek outside often saw her standing still beneath the rain. Her hair clung to her face, but her smile was wide and unbroken. The storm would calm only after her voice faded into the distance. Some villagers swore she controlled the storms, her rage shaping the skies. Her power was not just in fear, but in the land itself bending to her sorrow. No ritual could erase her, for she was woven into the story of the land. And so, her legend grew, feeding on each tale whispered in fear. The Pontianak's cry became part of the night, as common as the wind through trees. Travelers carried her story across lands, warning strangers of the woman in white. Each retelling gave her new form, but her hunger remained unchanged. She became both myth and memory, living in fear passed down through generations. Even skeptics felt uneasy when frangipani scented the air on moonlit nights. Some tried to forget her, but forgetting only made her voice stronger. For the Pontianak was not bound by memory alone, but by grief itself. Her legend thrived where sorrow lived, feeding on betrayal, fear, and death. To this day, the people of Malaysia speak her name in hushed tones. For when the night is silent and the frangipani blooms, the Pontianak may be near.